Well, today Minute Craft has sent us another pattern to try to work out, and yeah, so it's another Blindside Creations. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AKAAWOL, and we are back with another Blindside Creations from Minute Craft. She's over here on Instagram. If you haven't already, you should check it out. And yeah, she makes a lot of cool stuff. So she has given me a pattern number, and I have not looked at this yet, and I have to admit, I get nervous. I have no idea what I'm getting into, so let's see what this is. Oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. It's a little okay. So in order for me to use this with GIMP, I'm going to have to press the Windows Shift and S, which allows me to grab an area. I can kind of like highlight this, and I can bring it over here and paste it into place. So there you go. That's how I get that. I need to rotate it 90 degrees because I want this going up and down. And I also want to enlarge it a bit, so it's the scale tool. Yeah, that looks fine. And this is the move tool, just allows me to set it off to the side here. And this is kind of nice. This is like an area where we can use as our center point. So yeah, this will be, yeah, that'll work. All right, now, these little part corner things, I don't know why, they always throw me off. That's so weird. Is this... I'm trying to see if our line is in the right spot or not. I guess that's right. All right, so let's grab this color, this sort of an off-white color. I think that's right. Hang on, I didn't anchor the layer. All right, because then it goes this way and this way. So yeah, that's... And then the blue comes around that. Okay. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, no, it went up higher. That's, again, the little dots. All right, so this blue is going to go around that. Like this. And back up this way. And up this way. So what I didn't do is I didn't look at like how many strings of any other colors there actually are. I probably don't need to. I guess that's a weird flex, but yeah, the only thing going into this that I knew is that there were 12 strings. So that's the little thing. This goes out this way now. And this goes this way. Interesting. This seems like a pattern that would be a lot more fun to do as a double wide if you were to ask me my humble opinion, I would think this would make a much cooler double wide, because these things here would be kind of neat. Wow. So there's our first one of those. Let's do this down here. That's interesting. So yeah, I can kind of guess why she chose this one. She knows that I have a love for patterns that are very symmetrical, and this is way off balance and off balancing, sort of weird and stuff. So yeah, I get it. It's one of those haha. But it's okay, because I kind of need to get out of my comfort zone, and these kind of challenges were exactly what I was hoping for. The ability to try something that I wouldn't normally do to myself. So yeah, I'm kind of pleased with the fact that I don't see anything inherently wrong with the pattern. There's nothing leaving me, you know, perplexed and angered and all that kind of stuff. Because if you know me, like, honestly, when somebody designs a pattern and it's all wrong and stuff, yeah, I'm quick to talk about it. So these things here are pretty interesting. It's going to end up ending on a weird note, but that shouldn't be a problem. Oh no, this goes up to, this is here. So we are almost halfway done with getting stuff in place. Of course, the thing we haven't done is figured out where any of these strings actually go, or how they even go. So that's a little bit trickier, right? So let's sort out some of that. Obviously, this white comes along right here, and it comes back down along here. And that little blue dot, that's sort of like this kind of thing, kind of hides the fact that it's like the same string. It just sort of makes it a little bit more like, ooh, where did it go? So that's cool. And again, I picked the string that would be the easiest to kind of start with, because that's what we do here, right? When we're trying to figure out these things, it's just start with whatever's easy, and then you kind of figure out what's left. So this would be the second one that would be easy to work with. Mind you, I could have looked at the pattern and gotten a better idea of what I was getting into. But I just got done doing a pattern from a photo, and so I'm kind of in that same mindset of how we can actually do the detective work on something like this when we don't have all of the details, and we're kind of, you know, we're trying to sort these things out. Because I think that's a real valuable skill. It was weird. There was like a dot in the middle. Not sure what that was about. All right. So I like the colors in this. I think I would actually kind of go with the colors of the pattern just as is, which is not always the case for me, as you may very well know. I do tend to like to experiment with colors. So obviously there's several blues, and we can put this in this way. This one could have gone that way, and then this one could have gone straight. We could have gone off and changed directions and stuff, but it's kind of obvious like that's kind of not necessary. The pattern sort of lets some of these strings carry on like this pretty well. So just following it along makes more sense. And there's going to be some little tricky parts, I'm sure. I'm sure like this string here moves around a lot. So I kind of want to hold off on it until I get some of these others in, kind of see where they're going first. Somehow I keep missing the spot there. There we go. So yeah, being able to figure out where or how this thing could actually have a center point to work from means we only have to actually work out half of the pattern, and then we can flip it, which honestly, it means it takes us about half the amount of time that it would have if we were to have to try to do this whole thing from scratch. So that's kind of nice. All right. This could almost zigzag through here. Yeah, I guess it can. We can do this away. I'm not sure if this is 100% how they did it, because at this point there seems to be an awful lot of string. That doesn't need a certain color. Whoops. Kind of show you how basically this one blue can handle all the things that were left. So that's kind of weird, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 of the blues 1, 2 of the whites. It can't, the rest can't possibly be the orange, could it? Well, let's see. This orange can go down like this. Whoops. I mean, it quite literally could be, right? It's... doesn't seem like it needs to be, but it sure could be. Which definitely has me wondering what the other thing, what they used. We're going to look at it in a second here, but I'm... Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's... moving these oranges around here, there's just so much going on with them. Like this one has to be just so that way you can have one coming this way. Wait, I hit the line, didn't I? I did. And I might have been able to kind of navigated a few around to pick up the other spaces. I'm gonna look. Well, it's, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blues. Wow, they used way more blues. That's funny. Yeah. So it didn't matter, like there's where I'm using more of the oranges to go through, they just use the more blues. It's just about where the strings kind of come through, I guess, which is fun. And I think because the orange plays this interesting role of being the more intricate, I guess, part of the pattern, I think I kind of like having more orange for the kumi loop, because that's the part that's, you know, we can kind of make the pattern for the loop really cool. So this is going to be one of the bracelets I make in my live stream coming up this Saturday. So I'll be sure to try to show you, if I can remember, to show you what we come up with for the kumi loop, because I think doing this with the more oranges will be way more fun. I'm not sure that it's necessarily going to make the pattern any harder to make either. I hit that line and I hate when I do that. So if you're a fan of these blindsided ones, let me know in the comments. I kind of think it's sort of fun, except for there is a weird strong anxiety type thing that comes across me before we get started, because I am all kinds of worried that Minute Craft or whoever submits these things will try to throw me a strong curveball that I will find difficult to work with the pattern. And this one was a little bit challenging, but we got through it. We obviously, this wasn't so bad. But yeah, this could have been one of those serious, like, lose my mind kind of things. So there we go. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, so next step is to take this top half. Whoops, we got this on the fixed size. Take the top half and Control C, Control V. Take the flip tool, flipping vertically. Move tool to slide this down. And while we still have the move tool, we use our arrow keys to line that up. That looks really good. And then we anchor the layer. And there we have a whole bracelet. That is interesting. That looks like that's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I had fun making it for you guys. I definitely want to thank my Patreon supporters for making videos like this possible. I couldn't do it without their help. If you've watched along this far, please be sure to hit like, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe. That would be awesome. Yeah, it helps to grow the channel, which is kind of important to me. So then, yeah, before I go, I just want to remind you, don't get your strings in a bunch.